Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another spoiler video with now 50% better with 100% less Joey.
Does that math add up?
It 100% adds up. So we got a new set of spoilers tonight. Before we get started, as always, if you guys are looking for forcible singles, sealed product, anything like that, be sure to visit the link in the description below for Happy Little Hug Factory. They have all that, as well as Caster Chronicles singles and sealed product for the next set. If you guys like Caster Chronicles, they have a sale going on right now. If you're in the Caster Chronicle TCG US page, just go on there and they have a link there. So that's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and jump right into this because there's some cool stuff we want to go over. Right, Oscar?
Yeah, I just clicked it, and I'm already liking the artwork. Really nice.
Yeah, I'll let you go over this
giant
first one.
background.
Can somebody say side boob?
So we have Reiya, fourth daughter of the Mikage. And so it's just the again reprint of it, right? Same thing we've had from the starter decks.
That is correct. We were like, man, I really wish I had 4 or 5 or 6 versions of Reiya. Actually, we have more than that.
More changes from card to card. So it says, "Dearest mother, I'll be going now to settle this once and for all."
Yeah, well, it's because they in the lore they're upping their abilities, so it makes sense that the flavor would change each time.
All right, and she flips over. Same Reiya we've always known on the Jailer side, but the new sealed ability is Eye of Ragnarok. It says when this card enters the field, look at your opponent's hand and choose a card. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, your opponent cannot play cards that share a name with that card. Wow.
Ooh.
So just when it enters, but
totally not worth an entire cluster's weight for that, but
yeah,
oh look, someone commented that exact thing.
Nice.
He's like, really, that's it, 4 sets just for this?
Yeah, and not like I said, it's just you enter, do it. It's like, like, are you gonna plan on like stopping or cancels and play some good stuff or something? I don't know.
Well, what it could do is if you build a deck, this deck around, because it says until the end of your opponent's next turn. Gosh, it's not even that long actually. So if you're like trying to do some type of combo, or you're setting up for a combo and want to make sure your opponent doesn't play a certain resonator or something to populate their field, anything like that, or true. Like you can stop them, like, hey, you can't play that card that destroys a J ruler but doesn't have quick cast. So it goes through your opponent's turn, and when it comes back to your turn, they can't play it on your turn either. So you've helped yourself. So I mean, it's definitely super useful.
Yeah. It is. Like, maybe they have a card in hand that ends it for you next turn on their turn, and you want to last a little bit longer, so you just do that judgment to stop it, to buy yourself one more turn, something along those lines. I get it has usefulness here and there.
Yeah, it's
like you said, not worth waiting.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't follow what we thought sealed abilities were going to be. Like, oh no, it's to balance it out or to help it counter other stuff. This is super average. Like,
yeah,
all of the sealed abilities could have been unsealed at the get-go, and we wouldn't have had any worries.
I also like to mention in previous spoiler times, we usually just got 1 ruler per week, and then we've gotten 2. And we predicted Reiya to be the very, very last, since Shayla and Kirik we didn't even see till like the set released.
Yeah, they're probably. Yeah, I think they're going to be saving that last ruler for
with determination in hand, forge your own path to the future.
That sounds like a Gurren Lagann quote.
All right, Con.
All right, so life or death struggle. This is a 2-cost chant, no quick cast, just regular chant. Each player discards a card, then each player banishes the resonator with the highest cost among resonators they control. Ooh,
nice.
Me likey. It's like a better version of Spiral of Despair, right? It costs 1 more, so it has to be a better version. Not Spiral of Despair. I'm sorry. You know what I meant.
Yeah, it's just the Soul one. I forget what it's called. Soul something or other.
Soul Hunt.
From Alice Cluster. Soul Hunt.
Yeah, it's a better version of Soul Hunt. Soul Hunt was a 1-cost. Each player discards a card and banishes a resonator. This is 2-cost. Each player discards a card and banishes the best resonator you got in your field. Give me the best. Which could work out in your favor if you, especially if you're like populate with low cost, which you might be in a side of a Reiya deck. You just have 1 and 2 cost cards populating your field, and your opponent maybe has larger cards or at least decently high cards, 3 costs, 4 costs, but they have a Tama on the field. Now they can't just banish the Tama to satisfy the effect. They got to get rid of their Ultra Dragon or something like that.
Yeah, it's also pretty cool against the 5 starters versus the time spinning witch, and there's a giant monster looking thing in the background.
Is it a giant monster thing? No, there's not.
I'm thinking it is.
Oh, wait. I see the eyes. I see the eyes now. Yeah. Man, maybe it's that's the dragon from the sequel we never got for Aragon. That was a deep cut joke. Don't worry about it. Yeah, all right, next one, Oscar.
All right, next one. The night before the decisive battle. It's a 1-cost chant. Search your deck for a mystery, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck.
Ooh. That's kind of good. Mystery is just a subtype for cards, so searching is always good. The flavor text. The night before the decisive battle with the time-spinning witch, Reiya told Gil everything that had happened up until now. Ooh. Stuff's going down.
You didn't read the last card that you did.
It probably wasn't important. Yeah, that was a super dumb one. That's called filler text. If you watch anime and you see a filler episode, that's filler flavor text.
All right, the next one is Chant SR. Time Reversal. It's a 1-cost black chant. It says draw a card, put a mystery counter on your J ruler. That should be awesome. Awakening. Remove 3 mystery counters from your J ruler. At the next end of turn, recover all entities you control.
Ooh. I like it. I like that they're adding more stuff, not only for population of mystery counters, but giving you something to use them for. That's actually pretty good. And it's optional.
And in the end, that Awakening technically only costs you 2 mystery counters because you're going to gain 1 by playing the card, period, right? Because Awakening is gaining the text, not replacing it. So
so it's that's a really good card. There's no reason not to run a bunch of those in every single Reiya deck.
Somebody commented, so it can recover stones. And says,
"Oh yeah, it's all stones are yep, recover stones." Oh, that's actually really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we don't have crazy amount of.
Want to play this?
Well, we don't have a crazy amount of mystery counter generation, so
it's true.
I guess 2 counters isn't that much, but you can't just consistently be playing this card, and if you do, you're sacrificing other parts of your deck to do it, and you have to pay the awakening cost. So if this card is canceled, then you're in a heap load of trouble.
That's true, but there is some, at least it's not as much as a Keurig strength counter generation, but there is some mystery counter generation. Like I built actually a Reiya deck to play for fun at our locals, and it looks like it's capable of, at least by like turn 3 or 4, at least having 11 counters on it. So
yeah, but is the deck good?
Well, not till this comes out.
But yeah, no, so that's pretty cool stuff. It's nice to see Reiya getting some support, and a couple pretty decent ones. Mainly that Time Reversal, and I really like Life or Death Struggle. I'm a big fan of Banishing. I'm not a big fan of Banishing for the lulz. But someone posted a Soul Hunt, nice. But like them just throwing it around, like I don't know, let's give the Rune Story a banish effect, just cause. I'm not a fan of that, but I'm a fan of banishing when it makes sense. Like this is think of it this way, Oscar. This one has your opponent discard card and banish a Resonator. But you have to do it to yourself in order to fill this 2-cost card.
Yeah.
But Rune Story is a 2-cost and quick cast, and only your opponent banishes a Resonator. Just to give you perspective on why I think Rune Story was broken. But cool. I like those. Those were some pretty good solid stories. I'm hoping we actually get to see some Reiya decks out of that.
I think so. I know there's a lot of hype behind it. Like the next set, people are like, hey, who's playing this control version of Reiya? And I feel like this is, hopefully we see something pop up. I also did double check just because of my own, I didn't know at all. But yeah, mystery is, like you said, it's a type, so chant mystery. And this would be a lot of different chants that have that, like Spider's Web is one of them. Yeah, so especially, searching out chants is always super good too. I wonder if she'll make a comeback in the same way Mikage was a really late bloomer and then had a really big heyday before falling off. I feel like she has the potential to do something similar. I hope so. I'll definitely give it a shot. Yeah. But yeah, let us know what you guys thought of those cards. If you have a favorite, if you guys are making Reiya decks, some pretty these spoilers have been pretty nice so far, pretty tame, and
I'm liking it so far. So we'll see how this goes.
And this is the last one for the week, so we'll be back again Sunday night, Sunday night, the next set of spoilers.
In the meantime, if you guys really like spoilers, tomorrow is Caster Chronicles spoilers every Friday, and this Saturday I'll have my video up for the Architect spoilers as well. So if you guys are spoiler nuts, man, you're gonna have a fun time. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.